As many of you know, Marvin is probably one of our best known and best loved products, and we've actually been constantly working to improve it, and Ákos is key in that. So I really appreciate your attention to him as he talks about some of the things we're building in, because that actually really does trickle through all of our products down to how to visualize and search.
Thank you for the kind introduction. I just one more thing. If Doug, will you please, can you a little bit stretch it with that? Because my resolution should have been changed, but it could not. There is a... yeah.
I gotta get it lower, it's not a manual.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you had a good lunch. Not like me, but
did you get wet?
We did sailing, you know. It was a good opportunity. Now, today, I would not like to introduce Marvin to anyone. I think everybody knows this product. This is a sketcher and visualizer program package. So, since I have only limited time, I would like to talk about the new features, and I will do it in an online demonstration as wherever I can do. So there will be a live demonstration. The first part will cover the new features introduced in the 5.2 versions, while the second section, the features which are not released yet. I still partly would like to show wherever I can. So I made some builds of different branches, development branches, and would like to show the status of these developments. And at the end, I just give a list of future features we are planning coming in even later releases. And at the end, if time remains, I would show some tips and tricks how to draw faster with Marvin Sketch. So let's start with the new features in Marvin 5.2. First of all, I would like to mention this transparent structure painting. It means that before 5.2, we could not make real transparent images. So if you copied an image into a PowerPoint or any other, like a web page, you could not have the background seen in reality. And it also helped to develop the transparent OLE objects. So if when you pasted structures into PowerPoint or Word documents, then it was really transparent. I show you what I mean. I have to go out from the presentation mode. So this is an EMF image. If I double click, you can see it's a picture. And you can see it's really transparent. And this one is a PNG. We also have SVG, and this is just how it looks like when I draw. And then copy paste. This is the OLE, live OLE object. So if I double click, it opens, and you can edit here. And if you just go out, it is again there. Also, which is very important, that you can say copy and go to Marvin, and then here you can paste it. And you can, so it is really the MRV sources behind this. What? The OLE or the
object. Can you rotate it?
Yeah, I don't know. No, here is this rotation, but this image there's no rotation. So you have to rotate inside Marvin.
You open it in MarvinSketch and create a big image, cleaning.
So yes, I can rotate it here. Then I can. But this is a 2D projected view, so this is not 3D.
I show you.
Okay. You wanted to rotate in 3D? Anyway, we can show later. Okay. So let's continue. So the next thing I would like to mention is the speed up of MarvinView in case of huge SD files. So especially scrolling. I try to demonstrate this. If I have this somewhere. Just have to open. I had this somewhere open, but maybe it's closed. Now it is here. So just I open a file which is this is huge SDF. So it contains 500,000 structure, and you can see that even while it is loading, I can move the scroll bar up and down, and you can see the estimated time of availability here down, but still you can move it. Okay, so and after it loaded, you can still quickly access all the records. So it has 5 million structures and several additional data fields. I now don't want to wait while it's completely loading, but this was a big advantage with the comparing previous versions. Then it's quite difficult to no. Which one is the slideshow? This one. So this is just an image of that. And the next very important thing is we had several issues with the initialization of Marvin Sketch in Applet, because with 5.0 version we introduced many features, and the size of the files to be downloaded from the server when you first started the Marvin Sketch Applet became huge. So that time we had, you see, more than 2.5 megabytes to be downloaded just for the initialization. I mean, when you can start drawing. So we started a lot of minor refactoring and moving out images and stuff like that. So we get a little bit better in 5.2.0, even though features are very improved continuously or added continuously. Now this is 5.2.5, where I think we almost finished the refactoring, the minor refactorings that could be done. We I think had a quite significant decrease in the size of the files to be downloaded. Plus, with Java 1.6 10th update, Sun introduced a PEC 200 compression technology, which helps to compress the jar files much better. So you see that 60% additional advantage for those who use 1.6 underscore 10 or later. So this is much faster now. And we'll talk about later how we plan to further increase the initialization speed. This is the next one is we can draw charges on the brackets, and for that I think this is the beta version of the 5.2.5, which is going to be released tomorrow or day after tomorrow. So let's release this. I have a structure where I can show this. So this is I drew here this single or double bonds, and if I make a group of this, with the generic, the mer, and the monomer, and the component. These are the bracket types where you can choose to have the charge displayed on the bracket, not on the atom. So I show you that if you select this, you have these options, and if you say that display on the bracket, then it is displayed on the bracket. And if you add additional charges, it sums up the charges. Just make some crazy things here, but you can see it sums up the charges. The next feature is actually improvement. I will not demonstrate this now, but just show an image here that we improved some things in the OLE objects. So like the coloring of atoms, the background sizes of font sizes. Before 5.2, it was not possible to really display them inside PowerPoint or any Microsoft documentation. Now you see it's monochrome and the coloring came through. It's just a simple example of that it is possible now. Another thing we introduced that I can demonstrate is the periodic system coloring scheme. So you can choose here the traditional CPK. Oh, it's very small, you cannot see probably. So where all the atoms has the color as it is usual. So oxygen is red, nitrogen is blue. You can go to make differentiation between gas, solid, and liquid phases. You can make the blocks according to the orbitals, and the fourth one is to separate metals and non-metals. And the last what I would like to mention is the Reaxis generics atoms and groups. So for those who used Bellstein or now Reaxis, they get used to these generic groups, and they in ISIS and CIMIX they have direct access to them. And we implemented this in Marvin. So by default, it is not on the toolbar or in the menu. But with customization, it's available. I will show later if I have time how to customize Marvin. But for example, I just added to this toolbar the icon, and also it is in the menu or available with a right click. Let me just show if I right click, I can access this, and this arrangement is exactly the same as the user get used to this in ISIS draw. Okay. Now, this is about the new features we have already released with the 5.2 versions. Actually, the most important features. The next features are coming with the 5.3. 5.3 is planned to be released in November, and the first I want to emphasize is that we make some major refactoring in 5.3. 2 major classes are refactored, and we expect to make this twice faster. And I have a chart again. So this is what we expect in like traditional or older Java versions. And with 1.6_10 or higher, this will be decreased, probably this, or predicted to be decreased this size. So you see this will be under 0.5 MB, and this the 6.0 I will talk about later. This is just planned when we end up completely with the refactoring. We will have a modular version of Marvin, and with that one we can decrease the size of the files that has to be downloaded to be able to start drawing to this low. Okay. MarvinSketch.net and MarvinView.net, we would like to release it. We would like to release it in 5.3. Presently, we already available a snapshot version, and this will be able to be downloaded together with a 5.2 version. And this looks like this, but I can show as well. This is just a zip. So what you will be able to download is just a zipped files, compressed files, and you express. So even the installer is not ready. And you see, we call it snapshot version. So just for those who would like to try this out, we make this available. They can start investigating how this can be implemented in .NET environments. And it has a different logo, different colored logo. So you can. The original color of the MSketch is blue, and actually it looks almost the same. You can identify some differences, like in the toolbars, but actually everything is the same as in the. And you can draw with this in the same way. You can, all the shortcuts, everything works already, all of these things. But we have a lot of known issues. It's you can read them on the site. But I think it's a good start for those who planning to implement Marvin in the .NET environment. MarvinView is also available, but MarvinSpace is not available yet. Okay. 5 minutes? Okay. So then, the next what I would definitely like to show is sprout drawing. This was not available in Marvin. It's still not available in Marvin, but will come with a 5.3 version. I have another build for that. So if you have a template in your hand which is symmetric, or if you have an abbreviated group, an S group in your hand which has only one attachment point, then it works in this way, that if you pull the mouse over an atom, then it shows in gray what will happen. If you push the shift button, then it puts in shortens the, so it takes out the additional bond. If you click, then it shows that it will be drawn in this way, but you can still rotate it with 15 degrees steps. If you just click, then I just rotated. If you just click, then it shows you in a. Maybe it's better to see in this one. So this is how it works. If I just click, and this is the original form. So presently, the only thing you can do is just touch in this way. If you click, then it makes the spiral form. And in case of abbreviated groups like bots, it does the same. But there's another thing, is that if you push the shift button, it expands on the fly the abbreviated group. And if you now drag the mouse to a position and click, and now it is expanded. You can see it's still an S group. I can contract it if I want, or expand this one. Okay. Fortunately, I have limited time, so just jump to the next thing. I have a long demo for this, but I do not have time for that now. So I just show quickly something so that how you can do this. So in the past, you could do a group only in this way, that you selected and then right-click group. Now you have a bracket tool. So if you have, let's have another one. Here's a bracket tool. You can select, and then after that you can choose which one you would like to have, and this is automatically fits the brackets, but it can then be modified and resized. Okay, if you take it here, then it goes together. If you take the corner of the pose, it goes. You can resize it, so it's a real graphical object. And if you add bonds to this, it follows, because of course, which is inside that is a part of the group. And one more thing that you can do, you can add data to this, and then now it belongs to the bracket and not to the structure. We can draw ellipses, circles, introduce this rounded rectangle. I would not like to demo now because I have no time. What I would like to demo is the SKC import and export. Several users is waiting for this, and I have another. Another build, if I can access this now. Probably too many programs are in the memory already. Switch off this. Okay, so here you can see this is an SKC file. I can open. This is in the list, and this is just an example that all the bond types are properly imported already. The properties, atomic properties, even reaction can be properly imported. You see, it is really a reaction. You can see that this is a structure. If I move it, it really adds the plus sign automatically. We have structure checker. We will have structure checker in a Marvin Sketch. So it means that this is the beta. Just have to find an appropriate. So here is the structure, you see. It still remained. I just draw instead. So I add hydrogen. And here is a structure checker. I show you where you can set the preferences. There will be a new tab called checkers, and there are several checkers available here. For example, aromaticity checker. You can change between options. You have explicit hydrogen checkers. You can set what to check. Basically, now this is just a very, very early version. Only 2 of the checkers are really running, but I can show how it works. So now it found 2 errors and 1 explicit hydrogen error. It shows what is this, and then valence error. So it shows you which atom is the problematic, and then you can fix. If you say fix, then it removes this hydrogen. And of course, the rule besides it's defined and can be selected by the user. What is automatic? What will be what we run on demand. So the last thing I would like to demonstrate, and I think after that I have to finish my presentation. So the template library. As I mentioned yesterday in the developer training, this will be completely redesigned, and this is how it will look like. So you see that this will be a tree-like collection of the templates. You can resize this if you want, and it is automatically resizes the box. Which is more important, that you can load templates from a directory. So like I have several structures here. I just open this, and it immediately brings all the structures. You see, like I have a peptide here, or whatever. Okay, so then I can use this in a traditional way. So, and now just quickly about the remaining things. We will have chemical terms editor in the Marvin Sketch GUI. So inside Marvin Sketch you can define chemical terms, and this will be displayed in a table format and online or lively modified if you modify the structure. We found finally the technology for how to have anti-aliased structures. So it is already implemented in JChem for Excel, and in 5.3 this will be available in Marvin, so you will have much nicer structures, even there are atom labels. We had problems if there are atom labels. The renderer inside Microsoft always demolished the anti-aliasing. We will have projected drawing. It means in 5.3 only that if there was a projected drawing, we can represent it. So if someone drawn a structure in ISIS or a ChemDraw which was projected, we implemented all the features for that, like it's really, there are bold bonds and ellipses in the aromatic rings. In 5.3 it will be possible to open an SD file, and all the structures which are in separate records will be put on the same canvas if you choose this as an option. Presently, you have to select which record to load. And in a MarvinView applet, since the spreadsheet view mode is not available yet in applets, this will be available in 5.3. About the future features, we, as I mentioned, plan additional decrease in the file sizes. We will have enhanced handling of group attachment points, so we will be able to handle more attachment points and define leaving groups. We will do the projected drawing probably a little bit later. It means that you can really turn the structures. They remain in 2D, but they look like as from 3D. And we always promise this. Never had capacity, but the multi-step reaction support. The plans are ready and only capacity is missing. And we have to redesign MarvinView GUI to fit completely to the Marvin Sketch GUI. Now this is what I don't have time, unfortunately, so tips and tricks, but I now just list that these are things which is available, the customization and configurations where you can play with to make it much more comfortable for your use. You can set the preferences, you can switch on and off valence checks, lone pair display, carbon label display. It's worthwhile to go there and check what is available in preferences. You can draw simply draw structures and then drag and drop them to the My Template toolbar, and they become available for later use. And unfortunately, I have no time to show this. This is a famous Hungarian magician, and I wanted to just use his words that watch my hands because I'm cheating. Because when you are drawing and you can use shortcuts and shift button and everything, this makes much faster the drawing. But if I'm interested, I can show these tricks. These are the guys who developed Marvin lately. So I think almost everyone could be put in this picture, but the programmers and the calculator plugins or Marvin Space, three-dimensional, and so on. I have no time now to go through them, but actually thanks to them.
Thanks a lot.
And thank you for your attention.